Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, in this video I'm going to explain the problem twosome. So twosome is a most and majorly asked question in many interviews of service based companies. It is also asked in product based companies, but it's very less. Okay, let's go into the problem. It's a kind of easy problem, and this code is taken from Leetcode, and you can see this code in all other platforms as well. So let's understand the question. Given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return the indices of two numbers such that they add up to target. Okay, here the given array is nums. So nums is a name of the array, and we also given with the target. So here let's take the first example, that is 2, 7, 11, 15, and the target which is given to us is 9. So we have to find the two numbers which will sum up to the target. That means, so let's take an example. So if we take the numbers 2 and 7, so what is the 2 plus 7? That is 9, right? So which is equal to target. So like that, and we can take 11, 15. So 11 and 15 sum up to 26, but it's not equals to target. So we need to find the two numbers which is equals to target. Here the numbers will be 2 and 7. So the indices of 2 and 7 are 0 and 1 respectively. So here the output will become 0 and 1. So, and let's consider the other array, which is 3, 2 and 4. So the target given is 6. Okay, let's consider the two values. Firstly 3, 2. So 3, 2 will sum up to 5, which is not equals to 6. And let's take 2, 4. So 2 plus 4 will sum up to 6, which is equals to the target. So here the indices are 0, 1, 2 respectively. So 2 and 4 indices are 0 and 1 and 2. So here we'll return 1 and 2, which is the output of this current input. And let's take the other example, which is example 3. So the given nums are 3 and 3. The target given is 6. So here we have two elements. So we'll just add these two. So 3 and 3. So 3 and 3 becomes 6, which is equal to target. So we'll simply return the output, which is the indices of these two elements, that is 0 and 1. So if there is no such element, like if there is no two elements that sum up equals to target, then we'll simply return -1 and -1 in that case, because there are no indices, right? So we'll simply return -1, -1. This case is not given, but if it is asked, we use this. So okay, so let's find the approach for this question. So here majorly there are two approaches. One is the brute force approach, and the other one is the optimal approach. So if we take this brute force approach for this twosome problem, it has the complexity n square, and the optimal takes a complexity of n, where we use extra space, which is hash map. So let's understand it later. First let's understand the brute force approach. So yeah, so in brute force approach, we'll take two for loops, which is in the initial for loop, it starts from 0 to n-1, which is from 0th index to the last element. And let's take other for loop, and the variable which I've given is j, and I'll take it from I plus 1 to n-1. So here if we add two numbers, that is nums of I plus nums of j is equals to target. Then we'll simply return the indices ij. So this is the question. So this takes order of n square, because in the initial for loop we are having n iterations. In this for loop we are having n minus 1 minus I minus 1 plus 1. So which gives n minus I plus 1 iterations. So n into n minus I plus 1, which gives n square approx. So this takes next question, like in the next thing we'll understand the optimal approach. So in optimal approach we are considering hash map. So the use of hash map, we'll understand it later when we approach the question. So let's take the first test case. We'll take this 3, 2 and 4. So the input nums is 3, 2 and 4 and the target given to us is 6. So yeah, in a hash map the values are stored in the form of key and value. It's easy to retrieve keys rather than values. So if we want to retrieve the value in middle or at end, it's really very difficult. We have to do the entire iteration, which takes order of n complexity. So for that sake, to retrieve any value, we use keys. So the inside approach which is used in this hash map thing, which is an optimal approach, is, so yeah, let's consider a plus b is equals to target. So if we have target and if we have a, I think it's easy to find b. So yeah, then b is equals to target minus a. So this formula is really applied to our current approach, which is the optimal one. So let's understand how it works. So yeah, firstly the given target is 6. So this firstly we'll see if the stack is empty or not. So if it is empty, like I'm saying here, as I'm considering stack, it's a kind of hash map. So we can simply use hash map as well, but it is really understandable if I use stack. So firstly, the given element is 3. So if the given hash map is empty, we'll simply insert the current value to the stack. That is hash map. So here I'm inserting into the hash map 3, 0. As I've already mentioned, it's easy to retrieve keys rather than values. So let's understand it more better in the next iteration. So coming to 2. So here the target is 6 and the current value is 2. 6 minus 2 is 4. So let's see if 4 exists in the current hash map. So we have to keep in track of keys only, because keys are the values and the values are the indices of that particular element. So 4 is not present, only 3 is present. So we'll simply take it out and we'll add this 2 to the current hash map. 2, 1. 1 is the index of this particular element. So the indices are 0, 1 and 2 respectively. So now let's consider the 4. So target is 6 and the value is 4. 6 minus 4 gives 2. So this we'll check whether this 2 is present in the current hash map or not. So this 2 is present in the hash map, which is in first index position. So we'll keep j and the other one is 1. So in hash map we have a method called contains. So with the help of contains, we'll check whether this value is present in the hash map, and we can also retrieve with the help of get method. We'll get 1. So 1 is the index, right? So the j is a current value index, so we'll have j, and with the help of get method we'll have this 1. So j and 1 will be the current answer. So the j value is 2 and 1.